Hey guys, LucarioShirona here, and we got some news today from Takara Tomy, and of course, it's Beyblade X. So it's quite a bit to talk about. So let's begin, and it's the double dash set, like a double extreme Steam set, and this is really cool and interesting. And I mean, it's a bit mixed for some people. I'll explain why. We'll start with the most obvious. Savage Bear, the Hasbro exclusive Beyblade is coming, and it's Savage Bear. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. We were expecting like a. We know that it was supposed to be a BX Beyblade, but turns out they brought over a Hasbro release, which some are very good, but it's just that uh, Savage Bear or Bear Scratch now is not that very good. Keep in mind, this is Takara Tomy. Takara Tomy did design the Beyblade, so it is their decision. It's not like, oh, Hasbro is like kind of sneaking in, like, hey, no, this Takara Tomy, so it's on them. Speaking of speaking of Hasbro, this stadium is actually implementing the designs they had with the Hasbro Stadium, which is the over pockets are actually bigger, and that's actually cool. I actually like that. I actually knew that this will happen, knowing that Takara Tomy were the ones to design the stadium for the Hasbro version. They were going to bring it over, and there's a good reason why. It's just they do not want Beyblades may come back to the stadium, bouncing back. So I guess because of based on to the size that the territory must reduce down to, they have to rework the designs of the pockets so they again the Beyblades will fall out and it's intended. Um, so they made the right decision. It's now implemented to the official main stadiums. I think we're supposed to have one like a start dash set for UX next month revealed. So we'll have an official main stadium with these pockets. It's just enough the extreme stadium, the extreme pocket also gets it. So let's get to the main focus on the gimmick, and that this is a motorized stadium. The center platform here actually is motorized to go up and down. I'm pretty sure it's automatic, and both Beyblades will be able to use extreme line. It's actually really, I do think this is really cool, and that the fact that so that the Beyblade in the center can actually defend themselves in a sense against other attack Beyblades, other Beyblades, whatever form, or the two will be zipping around. It's going to get crazy. I'm going to say that it's going to get crazy. It's going to be interesting how battles goes. I don't know if this will be used in the official tournament use. So this is more for the fun of it all. We'll see how it goes. I'm very interested to try out. So let's move on. Well, actually, let me also get the box. I kind of forgot. This is actually pretty standard, but I guess I want to make sure they show that there's a gimmick going on. So yeah, it's the winder launcher. Yeah, that's it. The main you're only getting one Beyblade because I'm guessing that the fact that this is mainly for those who are have already got into Beyblade X quite a bit, as much like I am. So yeah, this is basically for those who are already getting in, who are already in. This is not if you're getting into Beyblade X, this is not the stadium for you. You should probably get a standard stadium first before getting the double extreme stadium. So let's move on to my favorite part of the news. Ooh, Silver Wolf. Yes, the first K9 Beyblade X for X, and then it's actually shockingly, to my surprise, is a Bakuten Homage Babe of Wolborg. I knew right away from the first glance it was like Extreme Wolborg already. The silvery ice themed wolf is a Staminite. The gimmick is actually bringing back the free spin. Free spinning is back, and it's crazy. And at first, I thought, Oh, well, maybe they're not gonna. Maybe it's not a true homage because if you know from the Team Pendragon Beyblades, they have the Bucketon logo. That's until I was told that it's actually in the ear. And yes, it's in the ear. They Takara Tomy once again were artistically clever. So yes, this is basically a Wolborg and X. If Tella actually decides to continue Beyblading into the X system, I love the design. It's so good looking, and then also the gimmick wise, it's also not just the bits, which is called free ball, so it's free spinning implied. The blade itself is also free spinning. If I understand, it's the, the turquoise-ish blue plastic. So, in other words, if I'm understanding correctly, Beyblade attacks will just glide off of Silver Wolf. And thus, the effect of the Beyblade should retain its speed. In fact, it's double it. It's crazy. I'm actually really curious of what happens of how the free ball will interact with the X rails because it's supposed to the bits itself they rotate. Now you have the double rotation with the free spin. I don't know how. Because apparently I don't know. I've seen some pictures. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, well, I guess we'll find out once we see more of it. I'm very curious of how we'll interact with the X rails. Actually, I mean, oh, you know what? Actually, if it does interact with the X rails, it may actually reduce the spin because it's still spinning from above. This might be our first bit where the extreme dash does not reduce the spin. Because if you did not know, the extreme dash actually reduced spin power from the Beyblade. So while increased attack, you're actually reducing the spin speed of the Beyblade itself. So it is a really cool design. They thought Takara Tomy really thought hard on it, and the fact that it is our first bit that actually doesn't sacrifice spin speed, that's actually really cool. Also, the fact that this is the okay. So this is another thing that I find really interesting. This Beyblade makes it the first Homage Blade that's not owned by the main team, and that being the Blade Breakers or the Japan team or the BBA G Revolutions. If you really kept up with the story, but yeah, so that means Dronzer has not got his Homage Blade. It's that Wolborg got it first before Dronzer, and this actually tell the fact that they actually gave Wolborg the free spin like the original did t- gives us a story that they're going to do in Dronzer. It just means that they're going to make a bit to properly homage Dronzer, and it's a mode changing bit, and I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to go for it. Yeah, it's that is cool. It makes me curious of how things go in the future of Beyblade X. It's very interesting. I'm very curious. Would this mean we might get a Scorpion Beyblade? Yellow Scorpion? Oh my gosh, Tripio. If they actually do Tripio and X, as in a homage Tripio. Oh my gosh. It's probably not going to be very wide. It's probably going to be like a Garuda from Burst wide. Which, I mean, yeah, it was technically also a homage of Tripio, so, yeah. But also another thought I should mention, who might own this Beyblade, I do not think it's going to be of Team Pendragon. I doubt there is no reason that it'd be somebody who does not originate from. Um, Essentially, it's the antagonist. Actually, so I actually have a possible theory that it may be actually be X's mentor in that special chapter that was showing the backstory on Dren's sword. So, my thoughts that it might be from that. I mean, if you actually read the chapter itself, you notice that the mentor actually has right hair. Now we know that this is very much intention because this means that we might see X's mentor, and that's exciting. So we'll actually move on to the Samurai Beyblade. So yeah, if you didn't, so yeah, as for this Beyblade here, this was such a revealed, and it's not the October release. We finally got to see this. Apparently, it's in November. So this is obviously gonna be the whole, no, not the in a sense, evolution of Steel Samurai. So this Beyblade is called, let me see, Samurai Saber. Yeah. So this Beyblade was revealed in a recent chapter of Beyblade X, and it's owned by. Uh, Actually, I'm trying to find her name. Uh, I'm having trouble actually. So, oh yeah, Kenta Shiroboshi. So it's interesting. Two interesting things. Her Beyblade has a gimmick of a retractable blades extend out. So I don't know if it is supposed to increase attack power or increase stamina. I don't know. I didn't read the chapter myself. I think it's supposed to increase attack power, so that's very well possible. And it comes with a launcher. Evolution of the sword launcher from Burst. We're getting a sword launcher in X. That's crazy. So yeah, that's exciting. It is. It's also personalized to her Kenta's uh, Beyblade. Yeah. So that's interesting. So yeah, to wrap it up, uh, the double extreme dash. So first motorized stadium that has to take a new take. That's cool. Silver Wolf. I am very excited for this Beyblade. It's a first non-main cast Homage Beyblade in X, so that's awesome. And the November release, I'm pretty sure, is the Samurai Beyblade. And where Kenta's role in the story will go is going to be interesting, so we'll find out soon enough. So yeah, yeah, I'm just that's all I can say. Um, I'm very excited. So until next time, bye bye.